I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, we have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot change it. We cannot read about it. We cannot think about it. Unfortunately, at this human awareness, we cannot know the truth. We have to go little further. In our evolutionary process, one more breakthrough is needed if you want to know the truth. All the scriptures have said that you are to be born again. In Sanskrit, we use for a person who is twice born is Dvijaha, means twice born. And a bird is also called Dvijaha because it is first an egg and then it becomes a bird. In the same way, it is being described that you have to become the spirit. You have to achieve your selfhood. It's not that you can just certify yourself, I am such and such. By calling yourself twice born, you do not become. Supposing I say I am the governor of Los Angeles, will I become? If I am, then I'll have certain powers. In the same way, when you become a self-realized personality or a twice-born personality, you have to have certain powers. You have to have that transformation as egg becomes the bird. If you want to live with falsehood, we can live. But unless and until you find out the truth, you can never be satisfied with yourself, with your life. Because that's why we are here. That is the purpose of a life, is to become the spirit. The other day I was reading a book, Limits of the Science. And the question he asked, can science answer what is the purpose of my life? Cannot. Purpose of your life is to become the spirit. Because the truth is, you are not this body, this mind, these conditionings or this ego, your feelings, thoughts, but you are the pure spirit. And the second truth is that there is all-pervading power of divine love. I say divine love, which is doing all the living work. For example, you see these beautiful flowers, how different they are, what varieties there are. But we all take them for granted. We don't also think that what a miracle it is. Look at your eyes, what a camera it is. Look at your brain, what a computer it is. But we take everything for granted. Who does all this? If you ask a doctor who runs your heart, they will say the autonomous nervous system. But who is the auto? In an automobile, there has to be a driver. So who is this driver who is doing these jobs? We never ask these questions, we take it for granted. Now whatever I am going to tell you, you do not have to take it blindfolded at all. We have had enough of that. You have to keep your mind open as scientists and treat this as a hypothesis. And if it proves that honest seekers of truth you must accept. And this is what one has to know, that we should take to truth and not to anything that is falsehood or nonsense. They have asked me to say what is the reason for the plight of America? It's a very delicate question. But I would say that, as far as I am concerned, I would say I came in 1972 first time, America. And the people were so money oriented that they would not listen to me because I said, you cannot pay for your revolution, you cannot pay for your realization. While those people who said you have to pay, they were very happy. And they wouldn't believe me. I was so disappointed with the way they were looking at spirituality. How much did we pay to Christ? How much did we pay to Mother Earth for these flowers? That money orientation was so great that one of the reasons for our plight is that we supported all kinds of wrong, false people. But these times are special. It's called as Kruta Yuga now. From Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga, from these modern times which are horrid, going to the age of truth. There's a time in between which is called as Kruta Yuga. At this time, this all-pervading power is very active and it exposes all such falsehood, all such false politicians, all such false ideas like Freud's. It takes time. But when we are more vulnerable or sensitive to falsehood, then naturally falsehood gets into our minds and we start accepting false things. Somebody pampers your ego, you start emptying your purses. The fellow feels happy and you feel happy. I was surprised that there was a real guru shopping going on in this country. And they used to discuss where is the bargain, or where you can get cheaper guru or something like that. It is so common. The way people got enticed, or I don't know what happened, that without even thinking that this gentleman is leading this kind of a life, what is his lifestyle, what he preaches he doesn't practice, what sort of a person he is, just headlong they followed that man. I told their names, everybody's name I told. Also told who they were in last life, what devils they were. But they didn't like. They were so much identified with them that it was impossible to tell them that these are real devils who have come in the name of God, don't believe. I have told them that the kind of lifestyle you are taking to, you will get AIDS. I told them. I told them exactly what will happen. Also, the other disease that has come up, I told about 10 years back, that your conscious mind will become very weak and you won't be able to do anything consciously. That's the UP's disease as they call it. But somehow or other, it is to be understood that we have to take to something which should be logically altered. Of course, when we take to some religion also, same problem. All the religions are nothing. Either they are power oriented or they are money oriented. Nobody is spirit oriented. The other day I saw a horrible blatant thing in Hawaii but they were showing one $100 note. You release this note and you can get whatever you like. They told a story. There was a lady who released her $100 note to such and such phone number. They have a phone number, everything nicely done. Very high tech, everything. And she got her groceries, for which she had saved the money, in front of her door. And the groceries started falling from her roof. And this gentleman spoke for 1 hour. As far as spirituality is concerned, we have to have correct ideas. Firstly, that we must know that all these books, whether it is Quran or it is Bible or anything, are to be understood first of all, and not to follow them without understanding. Let us take the question of Christ. If you see Christianity today, it is far away from Christ. Because this Paul, who was a Roman bureaucrat, he tried to find out the weakest disciple of Christ, who was Peter. Christ had said clearly that the devil will take, Satan will take over you. But he grabbed this fellow. And both of them edited the Bible. And they blamed Jews for nothing at all, that they crucified the Christ because he didn't want Romans to face that. Then another yarn, they took it out. I don't know if it's in the Bible, but they say somewhere it is, that there is an original sin. Now Christ attended a wedding. Did he go there to encourage original sin? Thirdly, Christ went and made water into wine. In Hebrew, wine means grape juice. I can do that also. It's very simple. You can change the taste of the water with your love into anything you want. But you can't make alcohol without rotting it, can you? He did it instantly. It was not alcohol, it was just grape juice that was made. So, how far we have gone with all these things is that following religiously some book, we never read between the lines. The first thing that Christ has said, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. Now, how many Christians you have met? I was born myself in a Christian family. I would like to know how many Christians you have met who have no lust of greed in their eyes. Then the second thing was even better, that those who are meek in their heart will inherit the earth. From the very beginning, Mr. Columbus, thank God, came this side. He was coming to India. If he had come there, we would not have been here. We would have been all finished, all Indians, not only Indians, all Pakistanis and also Bangladeshis and Ceylonese and all Sthanis there are, everybody would have been finished and there would have been Spanish people ruling. That's all. Somehow God's grace that he came this side, but also how many people were killed. If you want to see one Red Indian, you cannot meet one. I went to Argentina, I went to Peru, to Chile, to Colombia, nowhere. The complete race was finished. Even in India, they come with a Bible in one hand and a gun in the other hand. Is that the way Christ wanted Christianity to spread? So when we go to even these religions, we find there is such a big diversity from the reality. It's not reality, it's not the life of Christ. You go to any religion, it is just the opposite of whatever was preached. Whether it is Hindu, whether it is Sikh, whether it is Muslim, every religion, there's a big diversity from actual religion and the people. Why it has happened, we should find out. Why is it? Why we couldn't follow it up within ourselves? Because we did not get our self-realization. That's the only thing was missing. Because the light of the Spirit was not shining. If it was there, you would never have accepted all these nonsensical things in a wrong way, and you would have understood it clearly. While Thomas, who was Christ's disciple who ran away because of this horrible Paul to India, on his way he wrote all these treaties and put them in a big jar in Egypt, which was found out about 50 years back and now being deported. Not all of it, but quite a lot. In that, he says that Christ has said that you have to have the experience of the truth, which is spontaneous. Same thing as such. Then another very serious thing that was done, because this Paul hated women. So he didn't want to mention the mother of Christ with any respect, while Muhammad Sahib has shown such respect in Quran. This Madonna word has come by the people who were following other religions like pagan religions, and they couldn't believe that she could not be the goddess who brought forth the Son of God. They're the one who called her, but in the Bible she's a woman. Now they have Father and the Son, but mother is missing. How can you have father, mother and son and no mother? And now there's a big problem for women to preach. Can't understand where is it written, in which part of the Bible, despite whatever Paul has tried. When the women are not respected, they will become something unrespectable, disrespectable. They will take to life which is not respectable automatically, to assert that they are to be respected. If they are treated as something lower, not spiritually equipped. But in this book of Thomas, he has written that Christ said that this is the mother who has conceived me, but I have a greater mother with M capital. And when I am with Father, and when Father and Mother are together, I am with them. But this motherhood was insulted, and to add to this, Mr. Freud came in. in the country where motherhood is not respected, what will you expect? Freud brought out this yarn out of his head because he was like that, a corrupt personality. And people liked it because if you go to Christianity, there's original sin. So they thought that this is much better. But this is from one extreme to another extreme. If that was unnatural, it is worse than unnatural. In India, you will be surprised that if anybody says a word against your mother, he can be arrested and can be put to jail. Nobody can abuse the mother anymore. Thank God Mr. Freud didn't come to India, otherwise he would not have existed. But we accepted all this nonsense. And he is responsible for your AIDS. 65% people are suffering from secret diseases in this country. My heart bleeds with that. 200 children the other day, I heard that the police abused them. What is going wrong with their heads? You see the small children. What is the feeling you get about abusing them? Some devils have gone into their heads to do such nonsensical things. No child is safe, they told me. 200,000 children were abducted and brought and sold. Why are you after the lives of children? Don't you think there is God above all? And for this kind of collective acceptance of all these nonsensical things, one has to pay. It's not that only in America, but other European countries also have it, but not in Italy. They are against Pope, they are against all those things, but they respect the mother, respect Madonna, and they don't have this child abuse at all. In India, I have never heard about it. For Indian mind, we are too dull, I think. We are absolutely unintelligent people. We don't understand all this. It's a shock, it's a shock. Your own children in danger like this, from their own father, mother, how can it be? What has happened to you? I have become sex points. You are the spirit. You have to understand, you are not a sex point, but you are the spirit. You are the pure spirit. This divinity is within you all the time. It is there, it is your own. And nothing can destroy it, nothing can perish it, because it is of eternal nature. Whatever you might have done, whatever you must have so-called committed sin, doesn't matter. That divinity is within you and it will manifest. Please believe. But that also they don't want to believe. It works out. While I must tell you, Russia is very different. They had no freedom of choices. Now they told me there are 125 types of cereals. One would go mad. What is the need to have all these choices? You go in the shop, they'll ask you want this or that. Baba, give me one to eat. That's all, it goes inside, that's all. So many choices. Just pampers your ego. What did you get out of these choices of this or that? It's nothing substantial. There's no substance in it. If you have to choose, then choose the kingdom of God or hell. You are special people, born in a special era, to get your divinity manifested. And there are so many seekers in this country. Like the first one who came to me from America. He was not American, I should say, he was Swiss. But he was so excited that he got his realization. And he said that, I'm now going to write to all of them. He sat down, writing letters to everyone. Oh, I found it. Few people answered. They all said, all right, you have found it, now we'll find out in our own way. They wouldn't accept. Just the opposite are Russians, I must tell you. Their government might have been bad. Communism might have been anything, but one thing about them, one man got realization in Chile. And he created 22,000 Sahajayogis. One day, if America does not awaken itself to spirituality, Russia will be the most powerful country, if not in material power, in spiritual power. They are very sensible people. They told me that it is said that long time back, it's written in our books, that the spirituality and wisdom comes from India. But they would not take to any false gurus except for these Hare Ramas who got money from this foundation, what you call Ford Foundation. And they are giving free food to the gypsies. They are all right. It's a good thing they are doing, just food. But they would not accept any other guru. And such cruel people, such licentious people, had no morals of any kind. Not only that they made money, that I don't mind, because in this country everybody is busy only making money, nothing else. But they spoiled your centers. They definitely spoiled your centers. You paid for that. I have to tell you very frankly that your divinity is still completely intact, whatever they might have tried. And you have to get it. But see now, after so many years of my work, what I find that people have taken to falsehood first of all. And that falsehood has really put you down as far as your ascent is concerned. Anybody who comes from Indian jail, you see, he cannot adjust himself in Indian society. So he wears a dress, say in saffron color. Immediately he becomes a big guru. He is coming from jail. What is his bona fides? How he lives? How has he come here? They are all at his feet. He lynched people. I know so many who were just latest robes known in India. That's why they got exported. Thank God we are poor people. In any case, we never have accepted such nonsense completely. I agree that about spirituality, people did not know. All right. But you are all very intelligent people. No way less than anywhere else. Then logically you should have seen where are we going. First, how can you pay for it? If you just cancel this point, 99.9% of them will be finished. The second is you must see the disciples. The so-called disciples of these people, what are they doing? They are taking drugs, they are killing people, they are doing all kinds of things. So what is he going to teach you? You must see the disciples. Now you should see Sahajogis. Sahajogis, what they preach or believe, they follow. Because now in them the spirit is born. In that light, they do whatever is righteous and good. So now, in short, I will tell you what are the qualities or nature of the spirit. First thing that happens to you when Kundalini rises, I am sure Stephen must have told you, that it solves your physical, mental and emotional, spiritual problems. Now we have 3 doctors in Delhi University who have got their MD for curing incurable diseases. But in this country where there is all kinds of funny freedom, there is no freedom for curing anybody unless and until you are a branded doctor. Immediately you will be arrested. So Americans have to come to India to get cured. In the so-called freedom, we are so much lost with the tricks of the entrepreneurs and the media and this and that we don't know. It is all so much of brainwashing with these media. As soon as you get your realization, you start seeing the whole thing clearly as a drama. You understand what they are up to. Because you become wise and there is the light within you of divine discretion. Immediately you know that this is wrong, this is for our destruction. The light of the Spirit, when shines in your attention becomes pure. Your eyes really become what Christ has described, innocent and steady. And they become so powerful that even a glance of such innocent eyes can bring forth so much of peace and joy. The second thing that happens to you, that you jump into a state of complete peace. First you are integrated with yourself, your brain, your mind, your attention, all are integrated. Because we are standing in the water and the waves of waters are all the time bothering us. Like the thoughts that come to us from the future and the past. Now I read this another disease that has come, which I have told also people. It's compulsive obsession. The thoughts start coming from the left brain. And you cannot help it. So all the time thinking about the past or the future, you are jumping on the cusp of past and future. But when the Kundalini rises, she makes a space in between, like a boat in the water. And that is the time when you are in the present and you are thoughtless. You are thoughtless but you are aware. You don't get into some sort of a fit, nothing of that. You become silent within yourself. And then you start seeing things like, I see this beautiful carpet. Now supposing if you are thinking about it, if it belongs to you, you will be worried whether it is insured or not. Supposing it belongs to somebody else, then you will think, where can you get this one, how much you will pay for it and all. But a person who is a realized soul will just see it. Just see, watch it. And all the joy that was put into it by the artist in an abstract way will start absolutely relaxing and giving you joy. So you jump into your present. If I say you go to your present, you cannot. But then if you want, you can think. If you don't want, you will not think. Then another great thing happens to you when you become the spirit, that you know the absolute truth. We do not know the absolute truth. Somebody says this is the theory, somebody says this is the dogma, somebody says this fundamentalism, this, that going on. No one knows the real truth. No one. That's why there's a fight. A thinks in some other way, B thinks in some other way. But supposing as you are seeing me here sitting down, you are seeing me, there's no quarrel about it. Everybody knows, yes, I am there, I am sitting here. In the same manner, if you know the absolute truth, all of you, say there are 10 children and you tie up some cloth on their eyes and ask them, what is this man suffering from? They will all raise, supposing, this finger. You ask the gentleman, have you got some heart trouble? He said, yes, but how do you know? All of them feel the same way. Now some false man comes in, you put your hands to that. Immediately all of you will know that he is the false one, because on your fingers you get heat. But if you get the cool breeze, which is only possible when this union takes place, this yoga takes place with this all-pervading power, all these centers are enlightened and you can make out whether this is alright or that is alright. But once everybody knows the absolute truth, no question of quarreling, fighting or wars. Because we all know the absolute truth. Then another thing which is very important happens to us, that we become a universal being. Because the spirit is the reflection of God Almighty and everybody receives that reflection. As it is, there is no difference between us. You just cut the skin little bit. Inside you'll find the same bone, whether the person comes from England, India, Japan or America. Same nerve, same muscle, everything. It is skin deep difference. We cry the same way, laugh the same way. God has not made us different. Only the face He has given us different, because otherwise it would have been boring to see the same face. Only the variety creates the beauty and interest and joy. Whatever God does good for us, we make a mess out of it. So not only that you become absolutely one with others, but in this universal character of yours, you discover that you belong to the universal religion. And that religion is innate within you. And this innate religion has all the essences of all the religions. No prophet, no incarnation, no seers, real seers, have disagreed with each other. They were like flowers on the same tree of spirituality. But we pluck them, this is my flower, this is my flower, this is my flower. We are fighting with the dead flowers. Are creating problems, killing people now. Just see Sahaja, all these places, what's happening is the Muslims killing the Christians killing Muslims, and in the name of God. It's better to be atheist than this kind of people, that you do something that God would never like you to do. Cheating people in the name of God, making money in the name of God, all kinds of things going on. And we have to tolerate. Now it is time for you to know that there is an innate religion within you which is when awakened, you become automatically righteous. I don't have to tell you. If 10 commandments I don't tell you, nothing. You yourself follow it. Overnight people have given up drugs in search. No doubt. Overnight. But there are people who said, what's wrong? What's wrong in drugs? Why do you say we'll give up our drugs? We don't want to give. All right. It's like ask the bull to come and hit me, like sort of a attitude. What's wrong? For anything you tell them, what's wrong? They were using some sort of a funny hair dye, and the person became blind. So I said, why do you dye your hair with such a thing which is not good? It's not good chemical. What's wrong if I become blind? There's nothing wrong. This arrogance is against what Christ has said, meek in heart. Even children have become very arrogant. For they will ask 10 questions. Why? 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 We had a school in India, we got some children from abroad, and they were like that. Why? So, all right. I said, yesterday I answered you why. What was the answer? And what was the question? Do you remember? Please write it down. Next day they were asked. Next day they were asked like this. Just to pester, a kind of a feeling comes in. How to pester parents. I don't know, the atmosphere is like that. And some parents must be getting fed up, I'm sure, but still go to such an extent that in England, every week 2 children are killed by parents. Unbelievable. But the whole society, the whole atmosphere is created by human beings. All your problems are from human beings. Now, these problems come from the problems of these centers. Now, supposing we absolutely get these centers healthy, integrated and enlightened, all our problems are solved. But for that, we cannot have idiots. Idiots can't do so. It is not meant for idiots, arrogant or stupid people. I must admit. But they will never understand, idiots cannot understand. That is true. In Sanskrit it says, Mooda na janit. Mood means idiots. And also arrogant. They will not know. You have to be humble. If you are humble, then only you will know. But you don't have to surrender anything to me because I don't want anything, I don't need anything. I have come here to give you your own key. And I say you have all that within you, absolutely there. Only thing you have to understand it and take it within yourself. Another part of, I don't know what to say about the Western life, more in America, that every time I come, I have so many people, always. they all get realization. But they are busy guru shopping, they can't give up, like a momentum. Right? Charlie Chaplin fixing the bolts, on a moving belt. So, in modern times you must have seen, he goes on fixing. And then even if the machine stops, he is fixing like that. So this momentum of guru shopping is so much, especially in America, that they cannot stick on to something. Now see the wisdom. Supposing you find water in one part of your land, then you don't go on digging everywhere else. You dig there. Is common sense. But what's wrong? Nothing is wrong. Who dare say something is wrong? You see? It's not a place to say something is wrong. No. One has to be careful. I don't want to get crucified. That's the meaning. But now, please have respect for yourself. And also love for yourself. It's very important. If you had love, you would never have done these things with your body. But the way people here really torture their body, their mind, everything, is really remarkable. It's a trust with you God has given. Everything that is destructive, we start accepting. They start, say, some drug. Alright? So then they say, no, but this drug is not. There's another one, better. So everybody will run. Oh, which is that one? Everything destructive. If we start accepting, how are we not going to be destroyed? As a mother, I really feel very concerned about America. Always. I've been to Russia only 4 times. And you won't believe that we always have to have programs in stadiums. And thousands of them get to classes. There were 250 doctors who arranged a conference, and the hall was so full others could not come. And they just want to know how, by correcting these centers, we can cure all kinds of diseases. Our own, with our own power. Then there were 200 scientists, the one who made Sputnik also. They were in the program, and when I started telling them about science, we don't want to hear anything about science. Please tell us about the science of the divine. But these people claim so much. For one gentleman was charging 6,000 pounds from you that you can fly about 3 feet height. First of all, it's so stupid. Already we have such a jam on the way. And with the 3 feet height, what are you going to do? You are laughing. But there are barristers and there are doctors and professionals who did that nonsense and are still doing it. All kinds of things. But when I said Sahaja means spontaneous, very easy, they don't want to believe it. If you say you can eat your food like this, no, you have to tell them, go on like that. Straightforward thing is the Kundalini is there. And it is to be awakened. That's all. If it is simple, they don't like it. It has to be complicated. There is already high-tech organization within us built in. You don't have to do anything. For example, all these lights are here. Only thing you have to put on a switch. That's all. You don't have to know the history, how it came here and what happened. Nothing of the kind. In the same way, if it is built in within you, just it works. But they don't want to understand that. How can it be Sahaj? How can it be spontaneous? How can it be so simple? Because it is so vital. It is so important. We became human beings. What did we do? Try to understand. Maybe to do something in the machine or anything may be difficult. But it is already made. God has made you like that. He is the greatest organizer, greatest creator. And this all-pervading power of Islam. Just imagine how these flowers are created. See? Different flowers, different seeds. Each one of them manifests something different. Isn't it a marvel? When such a great organization is working out something for us. Now these, you saw these slides. I mean, there are so many of them. It's done by this all-pervading power only. So when such a big force is with us and is the force of motherly love, then why should we worry? Why should we think of future and problems? Once you enter into the kingdom of God, it's not the kingdom of America where they are now having elections and problems. No. There is God Almighty, all-powerful, and He does everything for our benevolence. And He is so accurate, so meticulous, so quick, so efficient. You have to just feel it. The miracles in Sahajayoga are so many, and they started writing to me letters about their miracles. So I told somebody to collect all the data about these miracles. Within 1 month's time, he said, Mother, on both the sides it's piled up like that. Now I don't know which one to select, what to select. I said, I'll forget it. What's the use? Let them all experience it. So we are fantastic. You don't know. We are very fantastic. See this instrument, unless and until it is connected to the mains, has no meaning. If you take a television in a remote village of India and say that this box will show you lots of films, they'll say this is a box. We also think we are just a box. We are not. Once you are connected, then you will know how fantastic we are. What Devi Chaudhary is true, so many artists have become really so creative and have such a big name who came to Sahaja. Not only you become creative, you become extremely dynamic. At the same time, you are extremely wise and compassionate. It's not just talking big, but actually this compassion works. And you go on working, never feel tired, always feel young. Now I am 70 years of age and traveling every day. Every day I am traveling. I'm alright. It's such a thing. Once you get it, you want to give it to others. Not for money, not for fame, not for anything, but just for love's sake. I have a very good family. My children are there, grandchildren are there, everything there. They also understand the importance of this. But I can't live without giving it to others because I can't enjoy. So first I can say that I have all the power, so I am the capitalist, and I cannot live without giving it to others, so I am the greatest communist. That's how this proves that all our theories are artificial. What is the capital of these rubber and plastic? The real capital is of your spirit. After all these are for enjoyment, but the enjoyment that you get out of spirit cannot be described. That you jump into the ocean of enjoyment, ocean of joy. Joy cannot be described. Only thing I can say that it's not like happiness and unhappiness. When ego is pampered, you are happy. When it is punctured, you are unhappy. But it is just joy. There are so many things I can tell you. I think I must have given about 4,000 lectures only in English language. And you can all listen to that. But first, I think best is to get your enlightenment. Of course, some of you have some questions as usual. It doesn't matter. I must tell you that 22 years I have been doing this kind of a job. I am quite an expert in answering all your questions. But it's a mental feat, that's all. Even if I answer your question, it doesn't mean that is the guarantee that you get your realization. First thing is you better get your realization. And then I'll see your questions, how they will be. So now you have to believe in yourself first of all, that you can all get your realization because the divinity is quite intact. Whether you have been doing the course to go 3 feet higher, whatever you might have done. It will take about 10-15 minutes, not more than. But I would request you not to disturb others. Those who do not want, I must tell you that I cannot force it on. It cannot be forced. It has to be humbly asked. It cannot be forced. It's your freedom. If you want to have your realization, if you want to enter into the kingdom of God, you're welcome. But if you don't want, nobody can push you in or force you. So those who do not want should know that they should leave the hall. There's no use watching others. It's not very decent. And those who want, they are all welcome. I would request everyone to be seated, would be better. Now, the first thing is that you have to be absolutely comfortable. On this also people think unless you stand on your head, your kundalini won't rise. Nothing of the kind. You have to be extremely comfortable. There are very funny ideas about spirituality, that you must suffer. Christ has suffered for us. Are we going to suffer more than Christ has suffered? In that, there are so many theories that if you go to Gobi Desert, you walk 2 miles, you get Nirvana. In any case, you die, whether you get Nirvana or not. So there is nothing to suffer, nothing to give up. It's just something that happens within yourself. No sufferings. You have to be extremely comfortable. Only thing, you have to take out your shoes because this Mother Earth helps us a lot to suck in our problems. Poor thing, she's still existing. Just my shoes. Yeah, okay, that's all right. So, there are 3 conditions which are very simple. 3 simple conditions are there. First is that you all should have full self-confidence and faith in yourself that you all will get your self-realization. Is it clear to you? That you all will get your self-realization, be sure about it. That follows the second condition, that you should not feel guilty at all. This guilty business is also another fashion, and it is a myth. If you have done some mistakes, you just face it, don't do it again. But what you do is to feel guilty, and do you know that guilt goes and sits down here on the left hand side of your Vishuddhi chakra. By this, what do you develop? You develop angina, spondylitis, and lethargic organs. So what's the use of carrying such a stupid thing on your head? So not to feel guilty at all about yourself. After all, you are human beings, you are not gods. If you have done mistakes, so what? What's wrong? Nothing. Because this all-pervading power of God's love is the ocean of forgiveness. And whatever mistakes you have committed, whatever it may be, it can be easily dissolved by this power of ocean of forgiveness. Absolutely. So please forgive yourself. Then the third condition is even simpler, is to forgive everyone without even thinking about it. Now logically, what do we do? Whether we forgive or we don't forgive, what do we do? Nothing. Logically we don't do it. So, when you do not forgive, then you play into wrong hands. Those who have troubled you and tortured you are very happy, while you are playing into their hands and torturing yourself by not forgiving. So please forgive all of them and don't even think about them, because it's a headache to think about them. Just you say in your heart, I forgive all of them in general. Put them in one category, finish them off from your mind. You feel very much better, much lighter. The another problem is that if you do not forgive, then this center of Agya is like this, optic chiasma like this. It won't open. But when you forgive, it opens. And Kundalini will pass. So as it is, what you are doing, that you are torturing yourself all your life, and ultimately such a great chance to get your realization, there also will miss it out. So just to say that I forgive everyone in general is important. I don't know if Stephen has told you or not, but there's a left side and a right side. Two sympathetic nervous system. The left one is the Ida Nadi, is the Ida channel, which is the power of desire. And the right one is the Pingala Nadi, the Pingala channel, which is the power of action. So what we do is to put the left hand on your lap very comfortably. Very comfortably you put the left, and I will show you, and then we'll close our eyes, and then the Kundalini will rise. You can see. Put the left hand towards me like this, meaning you want to have your self-realization. This is your desire, that you should get your self-realization. Because Kundalini is the pure desire. She is the reflection of the primordial mother, the Holy Ghost. Now with the right hand, what we do is the action, we nourish our centers. So first we put it on our heart. Both the feet have to be away from each other because left and right are two opposite powers, we can say, or different powers. So we put our right hand on the heart. Just now don't close your eyes, you should see. In the heart resides the spirit. Now if you become the spirit, you become your own guide, become your own master. So you put your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. This is the center of your mastery. Mastery of the divine laws and of the divine power handling. So you become a master. But this power is manifested in the lower part of your abdomen on the left hand side, where there is the pure knowledge about this power which acts. Knowledge doesn't act through your brain but through your central nervous system. Now you raise your right hand in the upper portion of your abdomen. Then again on your heart. Then in the corner of your neck and your shoulder, where I have already told you that this center when in jeopardy gives you so many troubles. Now turn your head to your right. Now raise your right hand on top of your forehead across. Please, and now put it down, your head as far as possible. This is the center where you have to forgive everyone. In general, take back this right hand on the back side of your head. Push back your head. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to ask forgiveness from this divine power if you have done any mistakes. Now the last center, which is very important. Stretch your palm fully. Put the center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your child. And now please put down your head. Here, push back your fingers. Press it hard. And now, move your scalp with pressure. Now, press back your fingers, otherwise if you do not push them back, there won't be good pressure on your scalp. Now move your scalp with the pressure 7 times, clockwise, slowly. Push back your fingers, otherwise it won't work out. Don't hold your head, push back your fingers. Yes, now. That's all we have to do. Alright. Now you have to close your eyes. But before that, if there's anything tight on your waist or on your neck, you can loosen it. You don't have to slouch or stretch yourself, be comfortable and straight. Put both the feet away from each other and left hand towards me. You'll have to close your eyes here. So, you can take out your glasses and please don't open them till I tell. Now, put your right hand on your heart and please close your eyes. Here resides the Spirit. So you have to ask a very fundamental question about yourself 3 times in your heart. You can call me Mother or you can call me Shri Mataji. Mother, am I the Spirit? Ask this question in your heart 3 times. I have already told you that if you are the Spirit, you become your own master. So now please put your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. We are working only on the left hand side. Now press it here and ask another fundamental question 3 times. 3 times you ask a question in your heart. Mother, am I my own master? Please ask this question 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? I have already told you that I respect your freedom. And I cannot force the pure knowledge of divine on you. You have to ask for it. So now please put your left hand in the lower portion of your abdomen. And here ask 6 times. Ask 6 times. Because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge of the divine. Please ask 6 times. Now, as soon as you ask this question, the Kundalini start rising. So now we have to open the higher centers with our self-respect or with our self-confidence. You can nourish them like that. So now raise your right hand, the upper portion of your abdomen on the left hand side. And here you have to say with full self-confidence 10 times. Mother, I am my own master. This center has been created by great prophets and seers for us, which will be awakened when you say that, Mother, I am my own master 10 times. I have already told you that you are not this body, this mind. These conditionings, this ego, these desires, and your feelings, but you are the pure Spirit. So now raise your right hand on your heart and here say 10 times. 12 times you have to say. Mother, I am the pure Spirit. Please say 12 times. Mother, I am the pure Spirit. I have told you about this all-pervading power. It is the ocean of knowledge, compassion and bliss. But above all, it is the ocean of forgiveness. And whatever mistakes you have committed can be easily resolved by the power of this ocean of compassion. So please forgive yourself and raise your hand in the corner of your shoulder and your neck and turn your head to your right. Take back your hand as far as possible. Here you have to say 16 times. Mother, I am not guilty at all. Please say with self-confidence. 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty at all. Now, raise your right hand. Onto your shoulder properly. I have already told you that whether you forgive or you don't forgive, you don't do anything. But if you don't forgive, then you play into wrong hands and torture yourself. But at this moment, if you don't forgive, then this center won't open and the Kundalini cannot go through it to give you self-realization. So please, raise your right hand onto your forehead across and put down your head. Here you have to say, not how many times but from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone in general. Please say it from your heart. Very important. Please put down your head. Now please take your right hand on the back side of your head. Here, without feeling guilty, without counting your mistakes, just for your satisfaction, you have to say, O Divine Power, if I have done any mistake, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. O Divine Power, if I have done any mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. This is to be done from your heart. Again, not how many times, but please say it from your heart. Now, stretch your palm, please. Fully, and put your palm, the center of your palm, on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Now stretch back your fingers. Please stretch back your fingers. Now here again, I cannot cross over your freedom because I respect it. You have to ask for your self-realization. So now press your scalp well and move it clockwise slowly, saying 7 times, moving 7 times and saying 7 times, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Down your hands and open your eyes and put on your glasses. Now put both your hands like this. Little high. Can you watch me without thinking? Watch me without thinking. Now put right hand towards me and bend your head and see with your left hand by placing it above the head, not on top. See for yourself if there's a cool warm or hot, breeze like waves coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Some people get it very close and some people get it very far. Don't put your hand on top but above. Now, please put your left hand, bend your head, that's very important. Now bend your head with the right hand, please see. If it is coming hot or very warm, that means you have not yet forgiven. So please forgive now. Now move this hand nicely above your head. Some people get it far away, some people get it closer. Now, again the right hand, last time. Please put your right hand towards me, put down your left hand, put the left hand on top of your head, but above your head, and see for yourself if there's a cool, warm or hot breeze like things coming out of your head. Now don't try to doubt it. There's no air conditioner or a heater in your head. So now see for yourself. There's something coming like that. Bend your head, bend your head. Bend your head, please bend your head. Now, please put both your hands towards the skyline. Here now, push back your head. And you have to ask any one of these three questions 3 times in your heart. First question, Mother, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Or the second question is, Mother, is this the all-pervading power of divine love? The third question is, Mother, is this the Parama Chaitanya? Ask any one of these questions 3 times in your heart. Now please put down or open your eyes, please. All those who have felt cool, warm or hot, please on fingertips or on in the hands or on top of the fontanelle bone area, please raise both your hands. See, I told you, your divinity is intact. All of you have got it. All of you in this Los Angeles. You are the angels. May God bless you. So very happy. At long last it has worked. But again and again, I must tell you that now you will feel very nice, overjoyed. But that's not enough. You have to grow. And Sahajayoga is not an individual happening, it is a collective happening. So you have to come to the collective. Again I'll say you have to come to collective, otherwise you'll be losing all this. Because this connection is to be fixed properly. And you don't have to pay anything, just little time you have to give. Please respect your self-realization. Please grow in it. You all can become big trees. By the time I come next year, I always come after 1 year. I hope there will be so many of you who are Sahajogis enjoying your spirit and enjoying it. May God bless. All of them got it. Wonderful people. Now enjoy. That's all.
Because of Shri Mataji's busy schedule, she will not be able to meet everyone personally this evening. But if you wish to give her a traditional greeting, we can join together. Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi ki jai, ki jai, ki jai. There are follow-up meetings in which you can take your meditation much, much further. Information is available as you exit. You're all invited. It's all free. We'd love to meditate with you all again. Thank you for coming.